It's that time. Summer is in full gear in most locations in the northern hemisphere. The weather's warmed up, everybody's doing everything they can to get out on the water, and I'll tell you what, right now, it's shaping up to be one of those full send summers. Those full send boys surely are not out to disappoint. Welcome back, guys, to this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. When I say those full send boys aren't disappointing, we have seen them everywhere. They've been full sending it at the ramp, full sending it at the sandbar, and just about any other place you can think of.
Dropped his boat on the concrete.
Now, seeing so many wild images come in so early this year is making me wonder if them full send boys aren't getting a little help.
Right off of his trailer. That sucks.
Now, when I say full send guys might be getting a little help this year, you ever notice when you're looking to accomplish a task or there's something in front of you and you're just not sure if you can complete it? You may look to somebody else who's around you and just ask for a little advice, a little help, maybe them to shed a little knowledge or wisdom on the situation. And I'm wondering if this is happening to full send guy maybe a little more than usual this year. For example, maybe you're looking to get your boat under a bridge. You may look at somebody else and say, man, you think we can make that? And they may just look back at Cap and say, go ahead and send it. But you've always got to remember that when they've got no skin in the game, it might not be the best advice to listen to.
Ha toccato. Stonk si sta incagliando. Slowly. Hopla.
And of course, when you follow people's advice like that, it's going to get you into some strange situations. Situations you find yourself having to backtrack your way out of. Now we know full send guy is more than capable of sending it on his own. He doesn't need the advice of somebody else to go ahead and do it. And that's how you can tell kind of if somebody's a full send guy or not, because full send guy typically won't even ask for that advice. But now, in honor of the fact that full send summer really is in full effect, we're going to go ahead and look at some great clips of people out there just sending it. Now, some of these situations, people didn't go out there on purpose, they had to be out there. Other parts of these situations where people are out there sending it, maybe they sent it on accident. It wasn't really something they were trying to do. They were out there trying to have a little bit of a good time on the water and things went wrong. I really do have to admit though, the unintended full send really can be some of the most entertaining and exciting clips out there. Those situations where people really weren't out there trying to send it. They were out there with a completely different task in mind, thought they were playing it safe, and all of a sudden the oceanic gods themselves came together and put them in a situation where they didn't have a choice but to send it. But these can also be great learning situations as well, where you can sit back, really evaluate what happened, and try and determine what caused the situation where the full send was necessary. Kind of like this situation right here, where our guy winds up having to full send it from the dock to the boat, all because he wasn't wearing his safety kill switch lanyard. Once again, guys, if you're on the boat, the engine's on, go ahead and attach that thing. Or how about this situation, where he's breaking that key rule of not approaching a dock faster than you're willing to hit it. Instead, my man just full sends it. And then of course there's those unexplained full send situations where you're not exactly sure what happened. All you know is somebody sent it straight up the ramp. Yet somehow it's upside down as well. And then of course there's those full send situations like we talked about just a little bit earlier, where you actually did the right thing you thought in your mind. You asked for advice. You knew the storm was coming, but you went ahead and asked your friend who's been boating for years, hey man, I've got my boat out on the lift, the storm's coming. Should I leave it out there? Should I pull it out of the water? And your buddy looks at you and says, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and send it. And you learned really quick that you're not going to listen to that buddy again. And then of course there are those self-inflicted full sends, those moments where you did something you probably knew that you shouldn't have done. You backed your boat down the ramp. It was giving you a little bit of fits as you were trying to start it. For whatever reason, things just weren't going right mechanically, but you packed the family up, you put the boat on the trailer, you headed out to the lake anyway. You're determined to go out. So even though the boat's giving you a little struggles as you're getting off the ramp, you decide to go ahead and push off. Well, that leads to you having to full send it into the water later to try and swim your boat back onto the dock. But this really is one of the tougher ones sometimes. Mechanical failure obviously can happen to the best of us, and most of us, if we've boated long enough, we're going to have it happen at some point in time, and we're going to find ourselves in a situation like this. But hopefully, if you do, you get a hand kind of like this guy did, and somebody jumps in to help you out. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like I Like Dags, Wilson Patrick, Crab Island, Tranquilo Aruba, Ben O'Connor, Carson Goodwin, Buddy Breen, John Felix Collier, and Andy did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here. If not, I'm coming to steal your drain plug.